Hello and welcome to my size comparison video between the new Space Marine drop pod and the old Space Marine drop pod. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Space Marine drop pods, and I hope you've been fervently waiting the sequel where I will level up to Super Saiyan level 2 and eviscerate the new set once again. Before we can compare both of these models, can anyone ask me how we went from this to this, or from this to this, or even from this to this? The thing is about these new drop pods, they're not even a love letter or a homage to the previous kit. Not like the 1990s plastic and metal Predator compared to the newer Deimos pattern Predators, which surpass the old kit in every single way, and we've now reached the pinnacle of what's possible in plastic tank design. These new Space Marine drop pods are an abomination, is the message I hope you received from their review. Not only are you forced into buying 2 of them if you only need 1, their price is £50. The outgoing set was pushing £30 just for 1. However, as mentioned in my review, there are 13 parts that make up one of these new drop pods. Believe it or not, right here, the old kit consisted of 43. That's well over 3 times the number of pieces. Miraculously though, they both stand at exactly the same height. The dimensions are off though, and what I mean by that is the doors. Now, when these doors close, they are shorter. There's something missing. Now, my first thought was, well, super, maybe this door kind of retreats back in of itself. But there's nothing to indicate that here. There's no join, nothing like that. So you really are missing the tips of the doors. So when this closes, it won't actually cover the whole of the drop pod. It will just, there'll be a gap there where things can get in. So what a mistake, what an omission. And it's only possible to see this comparing the old kit and the new kit. Another thing is that the old kit was definitely made in England. It has the Citadel plastic, it's a Citadel miniature, it's the lighter, softer plastic. Yeah, there were some mould lines along there, but I tell you what, they're a lot easier to remove than the mould lines on this. So the plastic was better. So Games Workshop may lead you to believe that you're getting a good deal because you're getting 2. Not for the price of 1, but just 2 of something is good in 1 box set. But actually, when the product itself is terrible, you're getting 2 of nothing. And I'll elaborate further. So, as mentioned, 13 pieces. They're all this harder, darker, lower quality. When you file it, you get all that horrible dust that sticks to your fingers, unlike the previous Citadel kit. Look at the detail right here. I'm going to try and zoom in when I'm editing the video, but look at all the detail there with the tubing and the connection ports, and then look at that horrible, shiny lack of 3D detailing on the new one. It's just abysmal. Also, I think the synergy works better for this one, having this dome central unit. I don't know what it does, whether it has a projection or something, but also you've got this storm bolter. Now, I do have another old drop pod. I know, these are pretty nice relics now. So considering that you can no longer pick up these anymore because the new ones have completely replaced them, which is such a shame. This has the, is it the Deathwind missile launcher? Very short range, 12 inches, but it even rotates. And I think I could have rotated the storm bolter if I was a bit better at my sculpting back in the day. But yeah, this has that missile launcher in there as well, which the rules still have for the new drop pods, but you don't get the missile launcher. Instead, you're greeted with a not so welcome cavity. It's just a cavity showing the rudimentary underside of the mold. It's what are you meant to do? You know, this drop pod is supposed to be open all the time, so there's no escaping looking at the lack of detail or lack of finished product up there. As you can see, with these splayed out, the OG drop pods are superior in every single way, and they should have kept them. Even priced at £30, these are still the top dog. And it's such a shame. Look at the gap as well in there on that console. There's probably no way I can get some green stuff in there now. The OG drop pods are still top dog. There are two main reasons why they brought about the new ones. The main one was the doors. There was the age-old arguments on gaming tables and things, so they say, of whether the door should be open or closed, or whether some should be open so that all Space Marines can come out. I am a firm believer that all of the doors should open. Even if they open like there, I'd still think that that's fine. Like if there was a rock there or something, it's still deployed. Space Marines are adaptable. They would be able to clamber out. Mission accomplished. But what they've done is they've given you a drop pod with all of the doors open, but they've made the doors smaller. So the footprint is that little bit smaller all around. I would say that's more of a limitation, because you have to fit this entire surface area where you want to land the drop pod. You can't just fit this on and have it, you know, rest on a rock. You can't have these resting on anything. It's either fits or it doesn't. So they've made the problem worse. And the second reason is the doors. They said this kit was difficult to build. As you can see, with my terrible modelling skills, I made this drop pod in a cave with nothing but rock. No, that's something else. I made this drop pod and it's fine. The doors don't fling open. It's good to transport. That's another thing. You could have had these, you know, bundled in. Now, how on earth are you going to transport this? It's just, yeah. I don't know whether they're trolling us at this point. I mean, to create such a product like that, and look how cool they look unopened too. Like if you have them, if you have a Space Marine collection and you just have them, you know, lined up, 10 of them or something, that would look so cool compared to these new ones that have to be crash landed. I just think it's so many steps backwards. It really is. And it's such a shame that I showed you all the other Space Marine models and vehicles and things from the past, and this is where we've got to. It frustrates me when they do this, when they damage their own product line in a way, especially for Space Marines. I just really hope it's not a sign of things to come, that they will start producing other units in this cheap, horrible to work with plastic for other armies. What do you guys think of my comparison between the old drop pods and the new drop pods? If you can get any old drop pods, just don't hesitate. Pick them up before they're all gone. Completely ignore the new ones. If you can't pick up any old drop pods, I'm sure there are cardboard cutouts of drop pods on the internet somewhere. You're only going to need one for one turn. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.